Good morning, everybody. This is Joe, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm really excited. Actually, I'm very sick, so I'm staying home from work. And what a better way to spend time off from work than record a video. Anyway, today I'm going to go over something that I'm really excited about. This morning, I did a devotional, and I used a structure that was provided by Parr, who is a YouTuber and apologist. And he gave me, or he shared a video, I think it was a couple of years ago. I'll leave a link down in the comments below or in the description. But he gave a wonderful structure on how to do a devotional. And it was a devotional that was meant to be done in 30 minutes. And so I took it, I adapted it, modified it, and spent an hour in a devotional time this morning. So I'm going to go over that today. Okay, so pretend this is a journal or something that you write with or something that you use to capture your devotional moments in. But basically, pretend this is a journal or something that you write in. And the first thing I did was wrote the date. Today's the 2nd of December. And then I write the present moment. And this is about a 5-minute exercise where I just pause. And this is different from what Parr does. But basically, it's a 5 minutes of pausing and praying and just writing down what are the top 3 things that's going on in me. If somebody said something unkind or something is bothering me or something that I'm excited about, or, it doesn't even have to be bad things. It could be good things. But what are the 3 things that's going on in me? And then I pause and I pray, and I pray through that and also pray about other things. So I stop and pause for about 5 minutes to capture the present moment. The next thing that I did was I read my main Bible text, and I spent about 20 minutes just reading. So this morning it was Matthew 19 and 20. And so I just read that over and over again in my trusty ESV. And then when I was done reading through the ESV a couple of times, marking in my Bible and everything, then I took out another translation. Today I used the NET, the New English Translation, and spent some time there. And basically during the 20 minutes of reading through the main Bible text, I'm just trying to understand the facts. What is going on in this passage? What are the facts of this passage? What was Jesus saying? What was happening? Who was there as Jesus was telling parables and stories? So I spent about 20 minutes just reading the main Bible text. Then after I spent 20 minutes reading the Bible text, then I did Parr's method of 3-2-1. So just write out the 3 things that I learned or stood out to me. That's a letter N. I know it's bad penmanship. 3 things I learned. And then I wrote down 2 things that I feel God inviting me to do as a result of reading the passage. And then 1 thing to pray about. Maybe it's a sin that's in my life or something that I'm struggling with. So I do this for 20 minutes after I do 20 minutes of the main Bible text. So this part is basically connecting the text to my heart and to my head, so that devotional times are not just an intellectual exercise. So I spent 20 minutes, and this is the big difference from other times that I've spent in my devotionals. Usually I'm spending a lot of time unpacking the passage intellectually, trying to figure it out in my brain, but never really connecting my heart, or not doing as much to connect it to my heart. So today, that's what I did. I spent and forced myself to do 20 minutes of just connecting this to my heart. So then after doing the work of connecting the passage to my heart, I went and meditated for 5 minutes. And this is the way that looks, the way meditating looks. It's not just like, crossing my legs and going into a weird position, like a yoga position. Basically, I took my text, and let me pull that out. So today I went through Matthew chapter 19 and 20, and I did some underlining in there and, did my markings and everything. And basically, after I wrote down the things that would connect to my head and my heart, I just allowed about 5 minutes for God to look through the words that I just read. And I went back into the ESV after spending about, 5 minutes reading in the NET. And I just looked over the words and just trying to hear from God. Okay, is this what you want me to focus on? Is this what's going on in my heart and in my head? Is that what you want me to really take into the world after I'm done doing my devotional? So then I just meditated for 5 minutes. And then After meditating for 5 minutes, I allowed for some time to just sit in silence. And this is just a way to move out of my devotional time and to do it in a way that isn't abrupt. So in silence, I just prayed, asking God, is there anything else that you need to say to me? Is there anything else that I need to take away from this passage? So that was about a minute after spending 5 minutes on meditation. Okay, so let me walk you through how I did it. So today, this is my journal. Like I said to you, this is a full focus planner, really stupidly expensive. Anyway, wrote the date. Some of the things that's going on today is my 15th anniversary with my wife and also my niece's birthday. And so then I wrote the present moment, wrote down 5 minutes as well. And then I just wrote down, I'm not going to show it to you, about 5 or 6 things that's going on in my heart and in my head. And just wrote those down and really just to give it to God and say, okay, God, these are things that's in my heart. I want to go into a time with you now. I just release these things to you. And then after that, I went into the passage and spent 20 minutes looking at Matthew 19 through 20 in the ESV. Let me move that over to you. So this is my main Bible and main text. So took some time, read it through twice, read it once, and then the second time that I read through it using the Bible app, listening to someone narrate Matthew chapter 19 and 20. And then after I was done with the ESV and really figuring out from the ESV what's going on, I'm looking around for my other Bible. Then I went into my NET Bible. Let me get that. This is my Abide Bible that's been rebound. Also stupidly expensive, but beautiful. It was done by SDG leather rebinding. So I went to the NET because it's a nice mediating translation. Gives me a different perspective on the passage. So it's a nice different translation. And then I went back into the ESV and did some markings there. So then after looking at the NET and the ESV, then I went back into my journal and I did that 3-2-1. 3 things that stood out, 2 things to do, and then 1 thing to pray for. And just stopped on that. So I did that for about 20 minutes. And that was a great exercise to do to really connect the passage, not just in my head, but to my heart. And I tell you, that's probably harder work than just reading the text and the passage. So after I did that, there was a sentence that I tried to do to summarize my time with God. I call it a devotional in 1 sentence. And if you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. I love that video. I love that process. But after reading through the passage, after trying to connect this with my head and my heart, I try to summarize my time with God into 1 sentence. And today that sentence was, and let me show you, I wrote it in my journal as well as on my Bible. That 1 sentence is, rejoice when God blesses others. And I was really wrestling with envy and jealousy and just meditated on that. So then after writing things down, after writing down the 3 things that stood out, 2 things to do, 1 thing to pray for, and then writing down my devotional in 1 sentence, I'm going to put that back right here, show you that again. Then I just meditated for about 5 minutes and asked God, what else is there in my heart or in the text that I need to wrestle with or bring to surface? So I did that for about 5 minutes and then spent 1 minute in silence after that. And man, it was so rich. It was really, really cool to do this. And I think I'm going to try this out for the rest of the week, maybe into next week as well. I am always looking for ways to do devotionals better or just to always tweak the way that I spend time with God all the time. And so I really appreciated Alan Parr in his video. Again, I'm going to link that in the comments or in the description below. Check it out. Okay, now with that said, let's figure out who won the NKJV McLaren Bible. Okay, this is my son, and he is going to do the drawing now for the winner of this NKJV Bible large print reference, which I just reviewed. All right, let's pick a winner. Excuse me. Can't see it. BJ Hewitt, buddy, you win! All right. Okay, my YouTube friends, that is all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. If you like these types of videos, please subscribe and then hit the like button and comment. I would love to know how you do your devotionals. All right, everybody, have a great day.